If you feel as though you might be leading a company that is a victim of the modern day trends of digital, fast moving, and a network mindset, the speaker I would really recommend for you is Aaron Dignan. He is in New York City, and he's probably the most current digital thinker on the market. He just has an extraordinary way of thinking. He is the best speaker out there to come and talk to you about how to modernize your corporation, how to get your workforce into much more manageable, much more communicative, adaptive, and productive teams. And I think he's also brilliant to bring in examples of corporations that are really making it today. And he'll pull examples from Europe, Asia, wherever someone is doing something extraordinary, he'll be the first to tell you.
This is an operating system that you may have seen before in the sky, right? So this is a murmuration of starlings. And when you look at it, you're like, wow, it's rich, it's beautiful, it's densely, connected. There must be an enormous amount of math that goes into that much wild behavior. And in fact, there's not. There's just 3 simple rules that if you just code those into a computer, you get this exact behavior. And those rules are avoidance, attraction, and alignment. Avoidance means don't bump into anybody. Don't be a jerk. Attraction means, generally speaking, try to keep yourself equidistant from the birds around you. So if they're 10 feet away, you be 10 feet away. If they're 2 feet away, you try to stay 2 feet away. And then alignment means look in the general direction that everyone around you is flying and fly in that direction. Be a team player. Those 3 rules and nothing else emerges into that kind of massive behavior. And so then you think, oh, great. So if we have meetings every week where only the boss talks, how does that play out into the way our flock behaves? If we have language that we use like managers and leaders, which by the way, I think I heard those words maybe a little bit too much today so far. Those words have meaning. They're richly coded, and they emerge into different patterns of behavior. How we think about trust, how we think about inclusion, how we think about generosity and gratitude, how we think about the spaces that we're in, the space we're in right now, right? We program this space, and then it speaks to us, and we speak to it. So there's this rich interaction, and that is an operating system. So what it means is that we now, as people that are inside these operating systems and becoming aware of the fact that how they're coded, how they're shaped is affecting everything about our modern workplace, we have to take some action. We have to react to this. And so I like to knight people wherever I go, and I'm going to knight you now. Some of you may already self-conceive this way, and good for you. But from here on out, you're org designers, whether you like it or not, whether that's at a community level in terms of how you're organizing politically, whether that's in a family level in terms of how you run your household, if that's an organization that you work at, whether you're a member or whether you're an owner, you're an org designer. And in that way, you have to start thinking about a very simple question, which is, what does good look like? And what is the experience that people are having that I'm having inside this system? How should we work? How should we work across each dimension of that operating system? Now, I'm going to give you a quick pop quiz. So, generally speaking, who likes intersections? Who likes to have intersections instead of roundabouts in their neighborhood? Show of hands. Fans of intersections. Back there, a few. Intersections are nice. Lights are good, right? Who likes a roundabout? Who would prefer a roundabout? Look at that. All right, so a little bit stronger support for roundabout. Which one do you think is safer? Show of hands for intersection. It's got the lights and everything, keeps everybody out of the way. And what about the roundabout? Which one do you think has fewer traffic delays? The lights and then the roundabout? All right, some people are abstaining from voting. That's fine. Participation is optional. Which one do you think costs less? Intersection? Roundabout? Yeah, interesting. Which one do you think we have more of in the United States? Intersection? Roundabout. Yeah, tricked you on that one. It's true, your instincts are right. And in fact, when I do this with different audiences, there are wildly different opinions around different parts of the country and different parts of the world. But the reality is that this system is inferior in every way to this system. This system reduces accidents by 37%. And by the way, this is American data, not European data where people know how to use a roundabout. This is data from the United States where we have no idea how to use it. 37% reduction in accidents, 90% reduction in fatal accidents, 89% reduction in delays, $10,000 a year in savings. Now, what this tells me is that when we start thinking about org design, we're going to run into these ideas that are unconventionally more successful, that feel uncomfortable or that maybe aren't the norm, but all the data tells us that they're the right thing to do. I'll give you another quick example just so you can sort of inhabit this mindset. This is how people did the high jump for decades. This is the straddle technique. There's also the Western roll, the Eastern scissor. There's a lot of moves. All the moves, by the way, put your parts in precarious contact with the pole. But we did it, you know. We kind of got amped and got over the pole. And then this guy came along in the 60s, Dick Fosbury, and he's like, I have a different idea. I'm going to go over backward. And everybody said, you're insane. And of course, he won the Olympics with this move, and slowly it became the pattern that everybody adopted. For a while, there was this debate of, it works for Dick, but it won't work for us. Right? It's good for you because something about your body's different, but it's not for us. And I feel like when we talk about org design and ways of working and culture, we're in that moment right now where people are like, sure. It works for your culture to be transparent. It works for your culture to have trust and to have, no managers and to be self-organizing. But that's not going to work for us. It's not going to work for us. But in fact, it does. And it feels very uncomfortable to jump over the pole backwards for the first time. It's incredibly challenging.
So Aaron Dignan is someone that I will always recommend. He's done some fabulous work for us with our best clients. The video that's on the site is hot off the press, so you can really see his latest material. Have a look at Aaron, and let's do some work together. This is James Robinson reporting from the front lines of the speaking industry, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.